Hey, look, we've got people joining us. Let's save that story for the pod. I'm saying that as if I can see that people are joining us. They may not even be joining us, but this is the Monday after the Super Bowl, last football edition for the year. What Did I Miss podcast starring Paige, Gabe, and myself, and we will be joined later by our other friends and family to discuss the weekend that was. Paige is wearing a sports hat, so if you wanted to ask yourself, is she wearing a sports hat? That is a sports hat. And you got some great comments about it, Paige. I'm excited about it for you.
I did. A nice man at Starbucks let me know that the Super Bowl was happening this weekend.
It did happen, you guys. It happened. And, well, I'm just going to ask right away, was it everything you wanted it to be? Simple question.
For me, it was more.
What?
Look, we're on record here on this show and across my various social media accounts that I live in a Cooper Cup household.
You do.
And it was Cooper Cup heaven in the final minutes of that game. The boy got to stay up late, and Cooper Cup paid it off.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, I did forget. I forget Gabe has been brainwashing his children into Cooper Cup stuff for a long time. And it's not bad. It's just, but it's still technically a brainwashing.
Isn't that what parenting is? Just brainwashing people to believe things?
Yeah.
30 years later, they'll be like, why did I believe that?
Yeah, why did my dad tell me that? And then, well, okay, so all we really wanted to was, I think we all agreed, just make this a good game. We don't want to blow out. We don't, and I feel like it had a little bit of everything: heartbreak, elation, tons of spottings, which we will get into later. So, I mean, it was LA after all, so over the top obnoxious celebrity spottings. Paige, did you like it? Did you like the product?
I loved it. Yeah,
look at us.
It was great. I thought we had the injury, the OBJ injury sucked. I really, really felt for him.
But but in one way, I was like, well, he had a moment before, and I thought, well, at least he was part of the game instead of like going out first play.
Huge plays.
But yeah, I'm with you on that. The smack talking started in me. I did not realize that Eli Apple was such a lightning rod for controversial smack talk. I feel like I haven't really heard of, I mean, I've heard of Eli Apple. I know his mom, but I hadn't really like heard about him in any of these sorts of scenarios. And then this year, all of a sudden, it's like, Eli Apple, what happened? Did he turn heel?
Well, is it possible? Because what you just said is important to understanding why he gets treated the way he does. Is it possible that the fact that everyone knows who his mom is has something to do with certain players being like, dude, chill, like, enough of you and your family? And I love Annie. I think she's terrific. But I can imagine other players not being as amused.
Okay. So that's interesting. And that is where I find myself, family members sort of sometimes step into my brain, and it's whether or not I find myself cheering for someone based on that. Like, you know, are we seeing too much Kelly Stafford? You know, with Brittany, the Mahomes, she's not even a Mahomes. I forget what her last, Matthews. Like, are we seeing too much of that? And is it swaying us on whether or not we cheer for particular players? And I feel like maybe you're right. But Annie's not controversial. She just posts
I wouldn't have thought so. I'm not saying that is the case. Maybe Eli's just kind of a pain in the ass, and a lot of players like trolling him. I don't know.
I mean, apparently that's what it is, but I don't know how we got on the Eli Apple tangent. Who are we most happy for today? Aaron Donald, Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Sean McVay. What was the number one?
For me, it's Cooper Kupp. Not even close.
Okay, I don't even know why I'm asking Gabe. Of course it's Cooper Kupp.
Well, but it's not because it's also by default. Like,
I'm
not like super psyched for Sean McVay, who, by the way, didn't even like get the job right and won the game anyway because, you know, the owner and the GM got him an all-star team. I guess I'm happy for Matt Stafford, but let's talk about that when Q comes on, because this is like, you know, the Detroit Rams won the game.
Yep.
I feel like Cooper.
Q did have that in the rundown. I deleted it.
We'll get there soon, Q.
Detroit.
It was a rough day for Detroit. Think about this. Matthew Stafford wins the Super Bowl. Eminem performs at halftime. GM wins the ad game. And Detroit, you're just sitting there like,
Oh, you know what? They don't want a part of that. That's some Hollywood bougie bullshit. They don't want any part of that. Oh dear, is somebody about to get murdered somewhere? What is that?
I put a do not disturb on my door, but
they're disturbing. They're disturbing the hell out of you.
Beadle, were you
Aaron Donald?
You were happy for Aaron Donald? I was just gonna say, like, who do you root for with the Rams? It's a super team that worked. That's hard to like.
So weirdly enough, I'm happy for OBJ because I do think he got scapegoated a lot for a variety of reasons. But I don't really have, I guess I'm as happy as I can be for people I don't know who are already rich and famous and successful, and they also got to win something yesterday. I guess whatever chart of happiness that lays on, maybe I'm at the 8 out of 10. I have no idea, but I also am happy for the real Rams fans, not the people that were being shown on camera. I wanted to ask 90% of the celebrities, do you know who's playing? Do you know what sport this is? Have you a clue of what's even happening on the field right now? But we couldn't.
I feel like we had a lot of potential for more Rob Lowe moments.
I mean, I wouldn't have minded it, but I certainly got a lot of other people moments that I didn't really want. Joe Burrow, I think I had a house full of people, some sports fans, some not. And it didn't take more than 45 seconds of telling the Joe Burrow Cincinnati Bengals story to get people to be like, oh, I'm rooting for the Bengals. And so I think I've also heard some talking heads this morning talk about how, well, that was their shot because they're not going back there again. I was like, really? We're already doing that?
It feels like an origin story lost to me, right? Like this is where it all started, and now they're gonna win 3 straight. I mean, maybe not
3 straight.
I think it's fun.
No,
the era of the Bengals.
He's way more Jared Goff than This is the beginning of. This is not the origin story. By the way, and for all you people, Beadle, you too, you especially, who were like so mesmerized by this guy's fit, call it clothes, this is America, his fit going into the game. How about that stupid walk of shame after he loses, having to wear that same idiotic suit and hat? Pack a pair of sweats, bro.
Fair. Just some jeans and a t-shirt. Your post-game attire. You know what? He's not wrong on that page. I wasn't mesmerized in a good way. I thought that suit was a choice. Yeah, it wasn't something I would necessarily pick out for any human that I love. But, you're right. You have to put that back on and walk back outside, and it is worse than any black dress and high heels I've walked around New York with.
I mean, seriously, it really looked like the way, 8 a.m. in Murray Hill, and you're like, oh, boy, girls, you went.
That probably felt like the right choice yesterday. You know what? At least you're right. I never even thought about having before and after. It is LA. You should have had costume changes at least. And then we had a man who rushed off the field, grabbed his family members that were in attendance, went to the hospital, brought a human into the world. That's and if you don't know about that, it's Van Jefferson, who is immediately following the game, his wife was giving birth to their son. And that, I can't think of a more action-packed, emotionally exhausting day than what that must have been like for him yesterday, and his family and his wife and everyone. You are basically all over the place. I don't know, you sleep for 4 days now? How does this work?
No, now you don't sleep for 9 more months.
You don't.
That's it. God. This was his last chance to sleep, was the night after the Super Bowl.
And then you have to rush. That's too many things in one day. I was already exhausted thinking about it for him. Did OBJ really have $200,000 worth of diamonds in his cleats?
I mean, where else is he going to put them? The guy's got millions of dollars worth of diamonds all around him.
But why? I guess maybe why is the better question. Yeah, because I don't understand diamonds in my cleats.
I don't understand diamonds anywhere that diamonds go. Diamonds are overrated in general, but I guess putting them in your cleats is just another way of showing everyone how awesome you are.
I want there to be some sort of medical superpower that comes with putting diamonds in your cleats, so that becomes a thing. But I don't think it's smart. Wearing jewelry on the field, I've never understood it. You're just going to lose it or it's going to break.
That doesn't seem like part of the calculus for OBJ. Can we talk about him for a second, Beadle?
I'm pretty sure they were just in warm-ups, though.
Oh, well,
I'm sure he would.
I think you get fined if you.
You wouldn't be allowed to.
Yeah. Okay.
If you wear diamonds in your cleats. Yeah, we can talk about OBJ. So we can always talk about OBJ.
He's complicated, right? Because no one has ever been able to point out a reason to actually not like him. It's just this impression that certain type of media have had over the years. And so now it's reversed. Now it's like you're weird if you don't love OBJ. And now there's something wrong with you if you can't see the beauty in his story. And the injury, I think, just adds to it, because now everyone's going to be rooting for him to come back. I think the reports were it's likely an ACL, which is a really tough one. That's going to take a long time to come back from. And this could be the end of the dude, honestly, with an injury like that, if it's that bad. but everyone's going to be rooting for him to come back and then want him to be a top 10 receiver again. Just where are you on him and his sort of arc?
I think he was sort of portrayed as your stereotypical, all the ideas that come with receivers in the NFL, sort of the diva, and he had moments that some people probably interpreted as just ridiculous moments, and everyone will always remember kicking the net on the sideline and stuff like that. It was weird. I always thought it was weird, even in real time as it was happening, how angry people got about it. I just sort of thought, well, there are no victims here. It's just him frustrated doing silly things on sidelines. If you really want to start putting targets on bad people in the NFL, you have plenty of options. So it's weird to me that a lot of people focused on OBJ, and that's probably a lot of that is, unfortunately, he was in a New York market, and that is a tough, as they say. If you can make it there, guys, you can make it anywhere. So it's anything you do there is amplified 1,000 times than it would have been had he been somewhere else when all of it went down. So yeah, I don't even know why we have a redemption story for a guy who I didn't really see needed redemption in the first place. I'm just happy for him because I know it does shut some people up. Certainly makes Cleveland look weird again. Not that they need help, but yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy for the dude. He got his he hit all of his bonuses this season because he came in with that contract that was super bonus. Got them all, extra $3 million. I'm happy for the dude. Don't know him. Again, on the chart of being happy for people I don't really know, I give that one like an 8.5 out of 10. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
All right. I feel good about it.
Yeah, I was also happy for the guy they call Bobby Trees, Robert Woods, because Bobby Trees was their best receiver, truthfully,
right.
And then Kupp obviously becomes that guy, but I don't know. I mean, he's been through all this stuff with the Rams, and he's an LA guy, SC kid, so and then he doesn't get to actually play in the Super Bowl when they finally do it. So I was happy for him because it seems like the guys in that room are good friends. It seems like he and Kupp are legitimate friends. I was pleased to see Robert Woods.
I could see that.
I saw something, and I don't know if this is just the internet. I have not corroborated this, but that he made some huge catch. No. I'm pretty sure. I want it to be real, so I'm going to say it. He made some huge catch off of Eli, our guy Eli Apple, and then he walked over to Bobby Trees and said applesauce. I want that.
What? You know what? If you want it to be true, Paige, it's now true.
That's true.
No matter what you can find out later on. It's true because
it's
it's harmless. It's just harmless, good fun, and it's true for now.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm kind of proud of us. We've managed to talk for 12 minutes, which is shocking considering I'm assuming you guys are hungover and tired, or is that just me? We've talked for 12 minutes, and we have not mentioned the halftime show, and we did that on purpose because we're taking a break, and then we're really going to talk about the important stuff when we come back. Celebrities and halftime shows with commercials. We'll be back. Welcome back. Monday after the Super Bowl. Also, I've just been told it's Valentine's Day. We will address that in a little while. But we are joined now by everyone, obviously, because it's time for Q and All. Q meaning Quincy. You're going to drive this bad boy, Q. Are you ready? We've got to talk about the halftime. Everyone got on here this morning and was like, yeah, the game was great. Halftime. Who wants to start? Because I know one person who I don't want to hear from on this.
I want to hear from Gabe. I need Gabe's old man opinion on his halftime show. That's what you're here for that, Gabe.
Also, by the way, I'll say it. He meant 40. Old white man, Gabe, and I'm going to put that in there for him. Yes. All right, now you can go.
All right, cool. This is a great setting.
Yeah.
I'm not throwing my opinions out there until I hear if Beadle thought it was a great halftime show or the greatest halftime show of all time, because I've only heard those two opinions. No one is allowed to say it was fine.
I'm team fine.
Team fine? First of all, no.
We talked
full
about
disclosure.
This. We watched this on YouTube.
Yeah, you were in like a detention center in an airport somewhere in Toronto when you had to watch this. So no, that you don't get a say. Right?
Fair.
With commercials.
Why did I get brought into this segment?
No, yeah, you're right. You get a say. Damn it. That's how this works. Okay, we have 2 fines. Kara?
I thought it was good. I didn't think it was greatest of all time, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
All right, we got a good 2 fines. Q, Paige? page
I think
first.
it was
Oh, cute.
fine, but I think we were about a decade past when we should have did it. I think it was like, I wouldn't say greatest of all time. I just think that we should have did this. This would have been so awesome in 2010. That's my take.
mean, yeah,
This should be the first hip hop performance.
Okay.
Right.
It would have been too
Paige?
powerful in 2010.
Couldn't have handled it.
That's right.
As a country.
I loved it. I thought it was great. I loved that the like performances and the like the people were at the center of it instead of all like the pyrotechnics and stuff. And it just was like cool. They were just cool. I liked it.
I like the setup. I like how it all looked. Yeah. Is it a decade late? Sure, 100%. Should we employ a better late than never kind of vibe? Maybe. But I think for people in my age group specifically, it was just an awesome like mixtape of an era of music that I would say all of us enjoy and listen to and still like. And so, you know, I think every time someone came out, we're like, oh, here we go. Like it was just stupid nerdiness. And yeah, there were people in my house that were probably like, I don't get it. But we don't talk to those people, and they were escorted out. So everyone else, we're good. We're fine. But Gabe, you fine is such a, you might as well say you didn't like it.
Okay, so this is the problem. I am the person that everyone is complaining on Twitter this was for. All the jokes are about exactly me.
What
jokes?
jokes?
Like, oh, if you had this Discman growing up, if you had a 6-disc changer in your trunk, if this, if that, all these jokes about like upper millennials,
okay,
they're all at our expense. And Beadle,
okay,
you and I are the only two on here that are the age range we're talking about.
Ooh, ooh.
I'm a late millennial here.
All right.
Yeah.
So
right.
it should have been the greatest halftime show of all time for me. And I'm just saying, I felt like they misallocated the star power a little bit. So at risk of offending anyone, I guess I need to say, maybe instead of 50 Cent hanging upside down and eating up 3 minutes, we could have used the Tupac hologram.
Okay, I do agree with Gabe on that. I didn't understand 50 Cent's presence. I didn't want it there.
I completely disagree. 50 Cent
Yeah, I
part got
disagree
me
too.
so hype. Like, I was so into it. Why not have both? My thing is have the Tupac hologram and have the 50 Cent aftermath. Or with the 50 Cent thing, that goes to show you that 10 years too late, 50 Cent could have did his own thing. The whole New York guys could have had their own halftime show compared to 50 Cent hopping on to California. But it's aftermath. That's why he was there. Because he was
aftermath.
part of the
That's
whole 50
the thing.
Cent
Like,
thing.
if you're following
Dre
Dre when
Day.
he goes like more solo and then everything afterward, like you address enough with things before, but everything, like he's a key part in going through each person. Like Eminem is one, but then it's not Dre. 50 Cent is the other. You have to acknowledge it.
They're all part of his $1 billion empire. That's all. Yeah. Those are all parts of it. I could have used more Mary J. Blige, but that's probably just me.
More?
No, me too.
Yeah.
I could have used more Mary J. too.
I think she crushed it. She looked great. Like it was like a whole thing.
She performed the hell out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I think that's the thing but that's like kind of what happens with rap performances in general. It's hard to like really perform. And so I think that's the part where I was like, oh, this is fine. Because when I think about Super Bowl, I think like spectacle, and maybe I actually do want more pyrotechnics and more production and things around it. But like that's kind of a general thing that you can say about a lot of rap performing. Is just it's very difficult to like do a lot with that. But whereas like with Mary J. Blige's performance, she can emote.
That's the
she
show.
Can do like all these things. It's so
although
good.
Kendrick kind of had a whole thing. Like Kendrick
had a whole thing.
Yeah, he had a whole thing. Very
the choreography around it. That one kind of reminded me a little of like The Weeknd last year, where they were just like all that moving around, big crowd stuff. I like that. Yeah,
all that moving around.
Yeah, just shuffling.
Fine. Were we fine with the songs? Or we? What's that?
Yeah. Oh, I was saying the best tweet I saw said like, well, Tupac wouldn't have come back for that, so I guess case closed.
Wow.
That's good. Man. That's good.
I feel like maybe it's just me. I just loved it.
With Tupac,
my favorite tweet was Mary J. Blige invented boots. Happy Black History Month.
She looked awesome.
She looked amazing. Awesome. Yeah.
I feel like this overall seemed like a very lukewarm reception from these 6 people on this screen right now, but I loved it, and so
I'm coming in hot.
You know,
I wanted to love it. We've covered on this show. This is the near nostalgia of my life that I wanted to love, but it just wasn't all the way there. And also, it just wasn't loud enough. Like, the version of Lose Yourself with the live band, all right, cool, but, like, that's not really what that
Shout
sounds
out Anderson .Paak, by the way. Like, random occurrence there. I love that.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was having a great time.
He was.
Yeah. Super
Do you think
happy
it
to
was
be
better
here.
in the stadium, or do you think it was better from all of our couches? 'Cause I feel like
I saw some like celebrity live posts, and even then, it didn't sound super great.
So
Really?
like I tell you, like I said, I rode my bike there yesterday, and I kid you not, I had to pull up right around the halftime show because I could hear it from outside, but it wasn't as loud as I thought it was gonna be. Like when they were playing, like I heard, I think it was like Next Episode or a Snoop Dogg song, and I'm like, okay, this has to be the halftime show, and I'm standing outside of the stadium. Why can't I hear this like blurring? As loud
Really?
as it can. So I think you're right, Gabe. It probably wasn't as loud as it could have been. They
that's
probably
kind of
did it on
crazy
purpose.
too.
Are for
Because they
TV.
rehearsed it.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that. And the sound never kind of, but they rehearsed it all week, and they were playing like, was it like Aerosmith or some songs over it so that people couldn't hear outside and they couldn't get the songs and they couldn't figure out what was going to be played. Are we good with the song choices at least? Can we agree on that, or did somebody miss something that they wanted? Okay, I'm gonna go.
That was like, I mean, the NFL, like the halftime show was never going to be able to deliver like your ideal list.
No, you need a
because it
45-minute show.
You need
That's
a
the problem.
45-minute show, and like it has to be like everyone needs to know everything, right? Like you couldn't jump in and be like do kind of a low key hit that like people like a lot of people were big fans back in the day. So like I think that was just a given that way. And then kind of to Gabe's point, you have to make sure everyone gets a bit in. So you couldn't just sit on someone for a long time because like you could like Eminem alone could.
But you
do the show.
can. It's your choice. You don't look. If Mary J. Blige can get the Super Bowl halftime show, I'll hear all her tracks, man. I'm not there for that. I'm sorry. No disrespect, but yeah, sorry, Beadle. Whatever. What was the second song? Like, let's re-rack it, Mary. Keep singing. Like Eminem's standing right there.
He got 2 songs.
Snoop
He
is
was really
right
excited to get in there. His whole
He's
thing
right
exploded.
there. Just let Snoop do Snoop things. What are we doing?
By the way, you act like Snoop is highly underrepresented in the world. He's literally doing the halftime show while hosting the Puppy Bowl on the other channel with Martha. Like,
He
there's
opened
nobody
and closed
busier.
it. Yeah.
He's
thriving.
everything. Like,
And
he's
we're not
everywhere
running
and
out of
everything.
content. Let's keep going with Snoop. Kendrick was awesome, and he obviously put the most into being.
I agree.
He cared the most about this production, obviously. But that was not the song that I think all of America was nodding their head to. We know it. I don't know though. Like,
most of America. I hate to see. Yeah, I don't know if we start getting into that conversation. Where we
I
go
don't
with
mean
that.
like that. I didn't mean it that way. I'm just
But
saying.
yeah.
Just musically, I don't think a lot of people like know that song.
That's fair. You know what I say? F those people. That's what I say about that. Like that's the least I say. All right, so halftime. I thought maybe we'd be more. So then let's just go to the one thing we can all universally despise: celebrity spottings.
Fill me in because like we were talking about it before. I was in the air flying back to Toronto the whole time, so I watched the halftime show while in my customs line.
Oh,
so
God.
again, to everyone's point, like I do not have a proper view of what happened or the spectacle of it. But like, who was there? Who
was
did we
there? Oh my God,
Yeah,
who was
everyone
to
was
start?
there.
Who wasn't there? Well, it starts off at least on the for the people watching at home. I didn't mind the Halle Berry intro because I did think I was like, all right, they embrace that they're in Hollywood, La La Land, and movies and make believe and all, and it's Halle Berry, and who has anything negative to say about that? So I thought that was a perfectly good Los Angeles production. But then you get into the stadium itself, and it was, you go down the list, J-Lo, Ben Affleck, I don't even know how that, Jay-Z, Chris Tucker, LeBron, Magic, Charlize Theron, Mark, it goes on and on. The Rock kicked off on the field, literally kick off. I'm kind of over The Rock. I know that Gabe does not like this when I say this. By the way, it could be just a temporary, hangover Monday situation. I don't know. Something happened. Like, have you ever been in love and then one day you look at that person and you're like, I'm not in love with you anymore?
Is it
That's
the kind
what
of
happened.
things, the things that you fell in love with them for, now they kind of irk you? Like,
Yes.
like
Yes.
The Rock, if you heard from The Rock side, he would be like, Beadle used to say I was so funny, and now
She barely
I don't
laughs
know
at
what
me.
Beadle
happened.
used to love when I would hold the microphone like this and and now Beadle doesn't like that? What is
she
that?
has no sense of smell of
No
what The
sen-
Rock is cooking.
Something
Do
happened
you think
and
it's
it
just
died.
like saturation? Like it's just we've had him for too many things? He's everywhere.
Maybe. Is that it? Like, is that maybe? But yeah, but we just mentioned Snoop Dogg, and nobody seems to be sick of that. So I don't know. We're not sick of
Snoop
Shaq.
Dogg isn't in 6 movies a year though. He's only
Yeah.
in 60 different commercials. The Rock
That's fair.
is in all of the best movies that come out right now. The Rock is probably going to be in it. So it's like
Yes.
the oversaturated thing is like real.
Well, in fairness,
'Cause with
I'm not
Snoopy,
seeing
it's
all
just
the Rock
appearances.
movies. So is it the trailers for these movies that's bothering me? I don't know. I don't see all of them. It's just weird. I'm like over. But anyways, celebrity spottings galore. Were there any celebrity spottings that stood out to anyone where you're like, no?
I would
Will
like to
Ferrell's
frame...
a Bengals fan, and I don't like that.
Wow.
Sorry, I just had to get that out there. He had the outfit on, and Detroit versus Ohio. Yeah, I love Will Ferrell, but you're an Ohio fan. Come on now, buddy, get it together.
Oh my. Okay, we have Will Ferrell slander. This is
Q's heated.
I know. Didn't see that coming. Paige.
What was I even saying?
I don't know.
I want to frame the photo of Guy Fieri and Martha Stewart.
I did see that.
Two
That was cool.
iconic.
There's someone
human
I'm over.
beings.
Enough with the Guy Fieri references, everybody.
It's first of all, it's Guy
No,
Fieri. It's Fieri.
disagree.
Okay.
Disagree.
We
And
don't
I
have
also
to go to
disagree.
The
Flavor
references
Town.
are tired. The references are tired.
always.
But the man is an icon.
He's a hero because he does. I used to make
He's-
fun of him,
he's
mock
great.
just with the best of. But I have diners on 24/7 now in the background because I just can't get enough of it, and I don't hate him. He's grown on me.
But
He's a great
people,
dude.
do they like him ironically? Like people, look, The Rock is
No,
the best.
we've crossed the
Rock
I
is
think
threshold.
awesome.
Rock is not the
This
best.
is a roundabout Rock defense.
You're really gonna tell me The Rock's the best while ripping Guy Fieri?
Nobody likes The Rock, ironically. Everybody loves The Rock in all the ways we're supposed to. He's
That
the
is not a
awesomest.
thing. Oh,
Guy
Like, we're
Fieri,
saying
you're
that the
like in
tide
a
is
hipster
turning.
way.
No, not anymore. We've crossed the threshold of that. People genuinely like Guy Fieri now.
yeah, because he has been such a philanthropist, and he does a lot of like donation money
Oh, you're going to
help.
play that card on me?
I
Okay,
think
great.
people
Well,
realize,
I don't see The
no.
Rock doing it.
The Rock's not donating?
I don't know what The Rock does. All he does is
He
pimp
spends
out
his
his
money
stupid
on his
tequila.
dinosaur heads.
Yeah. So I don't know what The Rock does. And maybe that's a
I haven't
good thing.
seen
Maybe we're
someone
not
so
supposed
heated
to
about
know.
The Rock since Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, this is the real slender right here.
Yeah.
Oh, don't make me choose. Don't make me choose. Oh, Prince
Beadle.
Harry was there?
Oh, gosh.
Scandalo.
Wait,
But he was
I
the
wanna know if
only
he was
celebrity
there.
wearing a mask.
I want to hear your opinion on Kanye West though.
No,
I
you don't
saw
want to
a
hear my
clip
opinion
of
on
Kanye
Kanye
there.
West. No, you don't. No. Oh, with
I
his
did see a
stupid
clip
thing?
of him like bumping out to the halftime show, which was like kind of funny to like the earlier talk because it starts on him and he's just like bobbing up and down. And he's really into it.
How
And
do
then
you know
it pans
it's
to
him?
it, and he's behind the stage. Well, he had his mask off for this one, but like it pans to the stage, and he's behind the stage. And I'm like, if I were at a concert and I was behind the performance, I don't know how hard I can get into it. It was just like it almost felt like it was kind of acted out.
He is the most annoying person on planet Earth today. Fact. He hates women. You got to stop picking fights with children, Kanye. He is, I think we don't need to make fun of any of the, because I something's up here that it's not right. He's just a little too big for his britches at this point, and the stupid full face mask. You're not a goddamn artist at this point, bro. You're the fucking punchline to 75% of the jokes that are going around there. And if you want to keep trouting out this weirdo with the eyeliner and try to make her into a celebrity, I'm over it, bro. I don't need your opinion anymore. Nobody owes anybody an apology. You're not the arbiter of all things. You don't speak for Travis Scott, and you sure as hell don't need to talk about Billie Eilish. Sit the down, make some music, or just shut the hell up. And also, the construction boots, those serial killer rubber boot things that you're wearing around all the time, that ain't cute, that's not art, and it sure as hell isn't fashion. And I'm done with Kanye West. I hate Kanye West.
That's it for our show.
This is what happens when you call people geniuses that aren't. And don't come at me with like, oh, sure, the early albums were great, and I still think the songs are great, but the person, has ruined the music for me. That's it. Period. Sometimes just trying to be different for the sake of being different is not that interesting. At this point, it's all quite boring.
Did you feel your answer was adequately there, Q?
She answered it. I mean,
no follow-up questions.
No follow-up questions.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm going to keep my mouth shut now.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to ask a question again.
Just fine. Oh, I'm sorry. Do we have big Kanye fans in the house here? Is that what's going on? Kanye.
I grew up on Kanye.
It's
yeah,
Kanye,
yeah,
by the way.
Yeah.
Ask Kim Kardashian.
Fans
I mean,
of
the
the
fact that I have
music.
to root that. Yes, but like, at what point does the person who makes the music blur out what was the great about the music? Like, can you start to separate them, or now has it just become so much that I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I can enjoy the music anymore without thinking about that
That's
stupid
a week's
mask.
worth of podcasts right there.
Think about it like this.
And therapy.
Somewhere right now in the
Soundtrack.
world, there's a person without social media and they don't watch TV and they're eating up Kanye's music because they don't know what he said in the world. They only know him for his music.
God, why is
The
Q so much
premise of
smarter
that
than everybody
argument
else in this
is
thing?
incredible.
Are we?
I should only think about me playing Kanye albums to my dad, and then that would be a true point.
Right. That's
fair.
what it would take.
That's
Yeah.
fair. Yeah. But then again, that's generational then, because now you're like, well, would you have liked this music anyways? I don't know. You have to find a 18-year-old somewhere in the world who has no idea about anything else and then play the albums.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then see what happens.
Yeah, let's turn over culture to those people. Can I ask you this? Beadle, this what drives me crazy. So I have my nitpicks and quibbles about okay,
yes.
maybe we should have given Snoop a little more time. The halftime show was obviously very cool. Well, here's what I don't understand. Who are these people who are spending their time talking about how this was like, a millennial show and it's for old people and wait till we get our chance? What Gen Z, what do you got? Bring me anything you've got that is even an eighth of the talent of anyone on the stage.
Yeah.
Show me your closest rival to 50 friggin' Cent.
They did. It was in the pregame, and it was called the Chain Smokers. There you go, millennials.
okay.
You got your goddamn say. That's your band.
That
Take them.
can't be there. That
Take
can't
them
be
and go.
So sad.
What the hell? Every
Drugs
time I'm
go-
like, why are these people still here? What are chain smokers? Why? Why were they thrust upon us in my ears and eyes? Nobody knows. And I haven't gotten an answer out of anyone yet. So there's that.
I think when I was in LA, I did see a billboard that said like the chain smokers are back, and I remember going like, "Oh no,
Oh no.
Oh no! Don't do it! Don't come back.
I
We don't
need to
even
fly
know where
home.
you were. But it was nice and quiet
Where
for
were
a while.
they? In Vegas for a couple weekends? Like, where did they go?
Oh, we're gonna get like killed because I'm sure there's some equivalent of the Beehive for the chain smokers, and they're gonna come after us.
No, the chain
three
smokers are
fans.
like corporate.
I think we're good."
Corporate.
Yeah,
Yes.
they do like all NFL stuff. They've done like some of the post game
Oh,
parties the last few years. Like they're around.
So it's like a
getting
Goodell
paid.
thing. He's in love with the chain smokers,
Maybe
isn't he?
there's like two dudes.
His favorite band.
I think
It
it's
is
just
two
a
dudes,
couple
right?
guys with laptops. I don't think there's like a
No,
there's
they
much.
sing.
No, this
They
guy was walking
sing?
around with a microphone
Yeah.
saying stuff into it.
But they
Yeah.
are still just two dudes.
Yeah, they are definitely two dudes with buttons that don't go all the way up their shirts for some reason. Nobody
right.
can figure that out. Okay, so I think we've really covered.
Did we talk about the ads, Beadle?
Yeah.
It's up to you.
Well, I mean, everyone gets one that stood out for them. We'll go around, and that's sort of how you can, good or bad, but that's kind of how you tell if the people got their $6 million worth. So we'll start with Kara. Which one stood out the most?
I really liked the Rocket Mortgage ad.
That was one of
With the
mine.
Barbie. That was one of my favorites. It made me laugh. It was cute. I enjoyed that one a lot.
That was Anna Kendrick
Yeah.
production, and it was adorable. And yeah, I thought it was a creative way to showcase. Jerome, did you see any of these, or were you still flying?
I mean, it released before, but Zendaya and Andre 3000, I think, put them in anything.
But that wasn't even a good commercial, and I love that.
But
I love
I'm
her.
fine with them just being in things.
So for you, it's like an eye. You don't even care.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't care what.
So if
yeah.
that was for a torture device, you wouldn't even know because you were just like watching. Them.
If Andre 3000 is narrating,
Yeah. You don't care.
yeah,
Okay.
lock me in, I guess.
Good to know. Good to know. Q.
I gotta go with the LeBron crypto commercial.
Okay, well, anyways, we had a great show. Q, if you could show yourself out, that'd be great.
It's just called All Now.
Is this segment just like Q triggering Michelle at this point?
What
like,
is going on
Kanye
today,
West?
dude?
I love LeBron's commercial.
I didn't even and I'm not even trying to be funny. I either didn't see that one. That might have been when I accidentally reintroduced myself to Fireball last night, so that's fine. Okay, so there was a LeBron crypto. I missed that. Paige, what about you?
I think. Oh, sorry, I liked the Barbie one, but I'm gonna name another here. Okay, two. I'm gonna say two. One, the Michelob Ultra. Welcome to Superior Bowl. Like just the star power, Serena coming in at the end. Like for some reason, Steve Buscemi is in it.
That's a bowling
that I
one, right?
enjoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bowling one. Yeah.
For
I really
some
enjoyed that.
reason.
Some reason? Hold on. What?
Hold on. Just your wordage is.
No.
What do you mean
All
for
let
some
me,
reason?
If I may, I love Steve Buscemi.
If anything, I
He
would say
lives-
for some
he lives
reason
close
these
to me.
athletes were in it.
He lives close to me in New York, and I'm waiting on the day that I run into him. But I just mean that, like, I don't know that his tie was, other than just being Steve Buscemi.
Okay,
which is why
this
you're looking
this
at me
brings
like
up an
that.
important
Okay.
point.
Damn it, Gabe.
Okay.
Can I try?
Yes,
this
'cause
this
I'm gonna
ties
agree
together
with you.
everything we've been talking about here. I had this
God.
this epiphany that, oh crap, I'm the person they're marketing things towards. All the references, all the celebrity, all of this is for us 40 plus people.
That's right.
It was a Big Lebowski reference. They've been doing it and rolling it out slowly. I don't know why Serena didn't do the Jesus bowling move to pay
Don't
off
F
the
with the
ad.
Jesus.
I don't know why that never happened.
Where's
but that's
my
why
Dude
Steve
vibe?
Buscemi was there. That's why the Sopranos ad was awesome. That's why
right.
Austin Powers got remade. That's why like every reference in every ad was specifically for someone who had VHS tapes in the 90s.
Yep.
Because unfortunately, we're now the people with spending power.
Yeah, allegedly, yes. We
Yeah.
have money, they think. Last joke's on them.
Okay, you're totally
So-
right. I should have gotten that reference. I do love that movie.
Paige,
I'm
you're
really tired
fired,
right
but
now.
that's fine.
I'm
We've had a great run.
Really tired, you guys.
Okay, no, that was. But also, and I will say this: even if there was no reference to any previously watched movie from a couple decades ago, there is never ever going to be a time where it is appropriate to question why Steve Buscemi would be in anything.
Agree
Okay,
also.
the question is why isn't he in everything?
Yeah.
That's the question you really want to ask yourself.
That's fair.
You know what?
Yeah, he's
When
an
I run
American hero.
into him on the street, I'll bring that up. I'll make sure.
I
to
hope
talk.
you guys end up as a couple because this will just be the great. This is
Oh.
the meet cute waiting to happen, and I can't
Okay.
wait. Gabe, did any commercial not piss you off?
No, well, okay, so the one that was I was really conflicted. It took me on a real journey. Was the Larry David crypto ad.
Why did I know that was going to be the one?
Ugh, boy, I was that really spun me around. Like, what am I supposed to feel after this?
Mental gymnastics. for
I
you.
was right there with him until the end, and I was like, "No, wait a minute, Larry, what are we doing here? Larry's selling crypto now."
This is all going to crash and burn at some point. I don't know. I don't get it. The
That
one
was
I
great.
like
Sopranos was awesome.
that. So
I
that
think
was
you would
mine.
agree. Yeah.
Like the Barbie one, I thought was a very creative idea, and they nailed it. And I like Anna Kendrick. I think she's cute and adorable. But the Sopranos one, if the nostalgia is really the theme of the day these days, that one crushed because those two have been so elusive, especially the boy. He's done nothing. He's just kind of disappeared. And to have both of them, I was like, well done. I'd love to know how much money they got for that. I love being in other people's pockets. Like, what did you get? Because to get them to both do it, it had to be something.
At
So
the diner.
like everything, it was perfect. Once the music started, there was silence in the house. It was just like, what is this? And then we're like, is that Meadow? And then we're, oh my God. So yeah, it was this. Anyways, the commercials were good. I don't remember most of them or saw most of them. I had to go back and watch them this morning. But it's another Super Bowl, guys. It came and went. And
What
now
about
we have
the
basketball
QR code one.
and maybe. That Kara
talk about that.
thought that was brilliant and genius.
I thought it was genius. I can't lie. I did.
But it got an F on the morning after grades. So I don't know what that
Oh,
tells
really?
you.
All right.
Yeah, it's one of the F commercials. If anybody wants to go look that one up. Guys, we got to take a break. I don't know if there's any more time for ranting in this episode, but there's one more thing we have to address. Welcome back. We're almost done with the Monday after the Super Bowl episode of What I Miss. This is it's Valentine's Day. I was reminded of that this morning. And I have a question. Is it appropriate for people who aren't your lover or partner to send random happy Valentine's Day? Is this the kind of holiday that you don't go to the grocery store and go, Merry Christmas, oh, happy Valentine's Day? That's not that kind of holiday. Am I wrong or am I being an asshole? Because when I get these texts, for any of the holidays, quite frankly, but especially ones like today that are made up with a specific goal in mind. Chad, why are you sending me a happy Valentine's Day text? We are not persons together. We don't have a relationship. Why? Why does that keep happening? And also, what even is this day? Because it's the day after the Super Bowl this year, so there's no time. Nobody's got any energy to go fake a dinner tonight and pretend to be. No. Today is a day where we all need to take naps. I can't believe we're still on this thing right now because we should be sleeping.
Question.
What?
Emojis or no emoji? Like, did it come with an emoji? Because if it doesn't come with an emoji, I think it's generic enough that it's just like, whatever. It's just acknowledging the day. But if it's like, Happy Valentine's Day, exclamation, with like a heart, that's...
So 1, no Valentine's Day, or no emoji, but 3 exclamation points. The other one...
Very excited.
Yes, the other one has an emoji, the kissy face emoji.
Ooh.
Bro.
Nah.
I think being a dude, I think I can get inside the mind of these people. I'm assuming these are dudes. I think Chad is a fake
I feel like
name.
he would try to do that
people
regardless.
Chad.
Definitely a fake name. I would never have
It's
a
a bunch
friend
of
named Chad.
Chads.
Here's what Chads are trying to do. Keep it generic enough on the first salvo that if you are just like, oh yeah, you too,
back at ya,
or like
it's a feeler
or a thumbs up response, they're like, whatever, I was just being friendly.
Nice.
It's
That's
like
my
I
response.
said Merry Christmas. But if you're like, yo, how are you? Then it's like,
I would
ready,
never.
here
You know
they
what you hit
come,
him
and like the
with?
pics start to come.
You
and
do
I
the
think
thumbs up tap back.
No, I don't do
On the
anything
message.
tap back.
I
Because
think
here's the
that's-
thing. Because Christmas, like the same people are always like, but at least Christmas seems to be a more sort of universal shared sentiment type holiday where you randomly, again, I'm not a fan of doing that, but I'm an asshole. We've already established that. And then I always say like, back at ya or thumbs up. Happy Valentine's Day to you too. What does that even mean?
nah, it means nothing. They're just
Nothing.
hoping for an opening here.
And yeah, and yes,
And with
yes.
your spirit.
Like, anyways, that's my rant. I think the holiday itself is pretty stupid, but that's because for the longest time I hated love, and so that still lives
Say more
inside
about
of me.
that.
By the way, happy Valentine's Day, you guys! I can't wait till you get my gifts. It's gonna be great.
Is it a text?
Do we have a text?
We do have a text.
Is it a happy Valentine's Day text? Better not be.
No,
Okay, good.
but it is a fun one.
Okay, I'm in on that.
Okay, so this is from, and this person put their name. So this is from Travis in Utah. And Travis says, "Hi, Michelle. Glad to have you back. I've been a big fan of yours for a while. I've always appreciated your quick wit and always telling it like it is. So thank you for coming back to us. I do have a quick question. Now that you have a podcast, what are we, your listeners, called? Are we the loyal Beatles Beagles, Pug Nation,
Oh God.
or the Poopy Pants Brigade? What should your podcast listeners be called?"
Wow. Ghoul. The Poopy Pants Brigade. I can't even say it. Pug Nation. I don't know. First of all, that's so weird. Because, like, there are people that do that, right? That they have things and they call them
Yeah.
stuff.
Yep.
Do we? I don't know. What do we think? Beatles, Beagles, Beatles, bitches. Maybe that has a nice ring to it,
I love alliteration.
right?
so-
I'm an alliteration person. Okay.
Yes.
Beatles, bitches. I'm good with that.
BBs.
Nice.
But you
Very
gotta say,
nice.
like, you gotta say it with pizzazz and sass.
Did the band the Beatles have like a
That's what I was
term
curious about,
for
Gabe.
their fan base other than like the world?
Yeah, it was
The
just like
Beatles.
Beatlemania.
What in the world?
Yeah,
The
did they have it?
Beatlers, the Beatlettes, I don't know.
Beatlettes is awful.
That's a lot.
I don't know. But I appreciate that that he thinks that there would be enough people to make a group out of this.
Right.
So I appreciate it. Kind words. Thank you. Happy
Buscemi's?
Valentine's Day to you, sir. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, Chad. Thanks,
it.
for listening.
Guys, we did it. And now we'll never do another podcast again because football's over and no, there's nothing else to talk about. Oh, I'm wrong.
F1.
By the way, James Harden did get traded, and we will talk about that at some other point because other things happened. I just don't remember any of it. For all of us. Go take a nap. Drink a lot of water today. It's a fresh start on Tuesday. Namaste. Happy Valentine's.